15 days on from their Super Cup semi-final defeat to Bologna, Inter have the chance to exact revenge. The Nerazzurri fans here at the Giuseppe Meazza expectant tonight after seeing their side victorious in 7 of their last 8 Serie A outings. With Milan and Napoli both sealing maximum points this weekend, there can be no slip-ups for Inter here at San Siro tonight against Bologna. A big welcome alongside me commentating here, Manuel Pasco. What do you think for this one, Manuel?
Yes, Thomas, it's going to be not an easy game for Inter, of course. They struggled recently against Bologna, but they were determined to get the 3 points. We were thinking about Bologna shape, Cambiaghi starting on the left, and Rowe starting on the opposite side.
Into Zielinski. Loves picking up the ball in these positions. This is Lautaro. Knows exactly where Di Marco is. Telepathic relationship between Lautaro and Di Marco, having played together here for so many years. Bastoni. Bastoni gets the give and go. Inter still with possession. Di Marco into Zielinski, and this is Thuram. Lautaro on the spin, kept out by Ravaglia. Super stop there from the Bologna goalkeeper. Well, Lautaro was always likely to be the protagonist today. So many goals down the years against Bologna. Inter still alive here. Jonathan Rowe trying to relieve some pressure. Look how penned in Bologna are. Here goes Lautaro Martinez on the charge. Lautaro thought about the shot. Instead, he lays it on to Thuram. Once again kept out by Ravaglia. What an 8 minutes the Bologna goalkeeper is having. First Lautaro, now Thuram.
Yeah, it's another decent save by Ravaglia.
Given away by Lukumi. Lautaro is in, he's got Thuram in support. What a challenge. Wonderful defensive work by Hegem.
Brilliant challenge by Hegem. I think Lautaro ball has to be a better ball with more power.
Here goes Barella, laying it into Di Marco. A swift move here from the Nerazzurri. Ravaglia palms it away, only as far as Calhanoglu, who can hit them from here. And then Ravaglia diving to his right. He took a nick. He had to be on hand. Bologna's goalkeeper keeping them in the contest in this first half. Calhanoglu taking the corner. Well, we've seen this before. I wonder, will Calhanoglu go into the centre? That he does. Bastoni kept out once again by Ravaglia. What a first half he is having. Bastoni, who peeled away at the front post. He did well, and he directed his header low and hard. Here's Jonathan Rowe, first time that he can attack Bastoni. Di Marco coming back to help out. Rowe, shot on target, but easy for Jan Sommer. Again, this could be a chance to test Sommer. The ball whipped in by Moro, easily away by captain Lautaro Martinez, and then hit by Jens Odgaard, always going to sail over Sommer's bar. Holm. Lovely touch by Odgaard. This is Castro. Holding it up well, bringing into play Rowe. This is Holm. 3 players to aim for. One of them is Odgaard. Odgaard! Just wide of the target. Well, Sommer was beaten.
Yeah, first try for Bologna and almost cost Inter heavily.
Thuram making life difficult for Lukumi. Thuram emerges with the ball. He brings into play Barella. And eventually Ravaglia gathers the ball. Or how many chances are Inter going to get in this first 45 minutes? Zielinski. It was a frantic first 10 minutes here at San Siro. Inter had so many chances to edge in front, they didn't take them, and Bologna have settled well. Thuram flicks it on to Lautaro, always knowing where his strike partner is. Lautaro spreads it out, and this is Piotr Zielinski. Earth from the pole, and Inter do take the lead.
Wow, what a strike that is from a player that is absolutely on flames, Thomas. But we said it from the very start, he's the player that can make the difference. But all credit to Thuram and Lautaro combining well. We said there could have been the difference. That happened. Thuram receiving the ball with the back of his head, spotted Lautaro, did well. Look here, Zielinski towards Thuram, back heel for Lautaro, who spotted Zielinski again. From there, you just need quality. He can strike with his right, he can strike with the left, but he's always able to find the net and break the deadlock.
The game was starting to fizzle, and that would have suited Bologna. But the Nerazzurri have edged ahead, and they have another chance here through Hakan Çalhanoğlu. That's a nice ball to find Lautaro. He was marshalled by his compatriot, Santi Castro, and he heads wide of Ravaglia's goal. Here he is on the ball now. Lautaro gets the rub of the green, gets it back from Barella. Lautaro Martinez, stopped by Ravaglia. Might break here for Barella once again, who took it away from Luis Enrique. Barella. Inter causing problems. How have Inter not scored more than one in this first half? Only they will know.
Yeah, how many chances is Inter wasting so far? They are playing well. They conceded once. They gave away one chance towards Odgar, who was so close to score the opening goals, but this is brilliant.
Fantastic defensive display there from Federico Di Marco. Well, he's sometimes criticised for not defending enough by Inter fans, but he was the last line of defence there, the number 32. Well, a frantic first half comes to an end at San Siro. Inter should be out of sight by now. Welcome back to San Siro, where it is Inter who have themselves a slender one-goal advantage. Vincenzo Italiano clearly not happy with what he saw from his side in the first half, and he's turned to his bench, and he will make two changes. Tommaso Pobega and Martin Vitic entering the fray. So we are off and underway in this second half at San Siro. Here goes Santi Castro. Castro, he might have to go for goal himself. He had options, and Cambiaghi screaming at him. He wanted the ball squared. That's a poor ball from Holm. Lautaro on the turn. Di Marco driving into space. This is Federico Di Marco. He tried to sneak it in at the front post. Denied by Ravaglia. Well, he had options in the centre, Di Marco. He decided to go it alone. Çalhanoğlu with the delivery. Decent area attacked, and Lautaro Martinez is at it again. The skipper carrying Inter at the moment, and he notches his 6th goal in his last 5 outings. He is simply unplayable in this form.
Yeah, that's incredible. A bullet header from the Inter skipper. It's all about the delivery. In the swinger, inch perfect from Çalhanoğlu. but the desire of this player is incredible. Whenever he sees the ball, he wants to attack it. He met it perfectly in the air and scored the second for the Nerazzurri. Look, I think Paul Bega is on Lautaro. He lost him, but this is a wonderful header from Lautaro, who's the goal top scorer in the Serie A.
Bisek advancing from deep. He's got Lautaro in the centre. He might have to go back here, Bisek.
Yeah, but Thomas Inter have been outstanding in the first half. They only conceded one chance.
Simply irrepressible at the moment, Lautaro Martinez. And he's going to attack it again. Looks to be Akanji attacking it at that front post. Devilish delivery once again from Calhanoglu. What a threat he is from set pieces.
Yeah, how many times we've seen Inter now in the last 5-6 years being a danger in set pieces with Calhanoglu and Di Marco on the ball.
Here he is again, Lautaro. Beautifully done to find Barella. First time ball away by Holm. Better from Barella, not overcomplicating it on the far side, just trying to whip the ball in when you've got the likes of Thuram, who's nicked it off his man here. Thuram into Lautaro. How has he missed? It might fall for Barella, and eventually behind. Well, Lautaro Martinez had such an easy opportunity to get his second of the game and Inter's third. I'm not sure how he missed. Only he will know.
Yeah, he's blaming the bounce of the ball, probably.
Here goes Jonathan Rowe, pulls the trigger from the edge of the area. It takes a deflection and out for a corner. It's the first time in this second half that Bologna tried to threaten Jan Sommer's goal. Likogiannis lofted towards Holm, who gives Bologna height from corners. This is Rowe. It's a lovely idea from the Englishman. He spotted Castro at that back post. Lautaro Martinez, another effort from him. Clawed by Ravaglia and then off the line by Hegem. Nicolò Cambiaghi making way for Orsolini. And it is the right-back Nadir Zortea, the other Bologna player to be introduced. Henrik Mkhitaryan crossed in towards Marcus Thuram, who couldn't quite engineer the power to test Ravaglia. In the end, it was a routine stop. Here's now Lautaro, laying it on to Mkhitaryan. Luis Enrique deciding to leave the ball out, and not a bad ploy either. Federico Di Marco will trot over to take this with the left.
Yeah, Inter are looking to find a killer goal and put the game into bed before the midweek game, plus the game next week that will see them back in San Siro against Napoli.
Blockbuster that one will be. San Siro awaits next Sunday night, 8:45 local kickoff. Make sure you join us for that one. Napoli, the visitors, Inter, the hosts. The two sides tipped to be first and second come the end of the season. Di Marco lofts it in towards Akanji. Inter have their third. Marcus Thuram. I'm not entirely sure how much he knew about it, but he leads the celebrations.
It's the second time that he scored, I think, in the same goal here in San Siro. He doesn't know how. I think maybe with his right shoulder, but we said it, Thomas, it's all about the delivery. Again, a wonderful in-swinger corner kick from Di Marco. Kind of deflection from post. And somehow, this man, Thuram, right shoulder, there. This is your moment. When it's your moment, the ball will find you, and you will find the net.
Well, there's been only one side in this contest tonight. Inter started brightly. They missed a few chances in the first 20 minutes. Federico Ravaglia was tested so many times in the Bologna goal. They got their first goal through Zielinski. Lautaro made it 2, and it is Lautaro's strike partner, Marcus Thuram, who adds the 3rd. Well, if ever a player was deserving of a standing ovation, it is tonight for Lautaro Martinez, leading the line. The captain comes off to a rapture of applause here at San Siro. Up steps Federico Di Marco, not far wide.
Yeah, not far away, but he's capable of scoring wonderful goals. Beat the wall, it's not far away from Ravaglia goal.
Well, a big moment for the youngster. Matteo Lavelli, 19 years of age, makes his Inter bow in Serie A, and he replaces Marcus Thuram, even giving an opportunity to the youngster. He hasn't scored for the Inter under-19 side, playing in Serie A this season. He's made 16 appearances, just 1 assist, but he's got his big chance for the last 7.5 minutes here. Liko Yanis whipping the ball in, and Santi Castro has bundled it home from close range. Sommer got a touch, but it wasn't enough. It might just be a consolation, but Santi Castro is back amongst the goals.
Yeah, great goal. We mentioned the Çalhanoğlu or Lavezzi delivery, but this is a great ball from Liko Yanis. It's not offside. I think Castro is completely by himself. Inter defenders switched off, and here Sommer cannot do anything.
Came off the face of the Swiss goalkeeper, Santi Castro, with his 5th of the campaign. We said in the first half, he does need to be scoring more goals for Bologna. He was given the chance tonight. Well, we've got a big next 5 minutes coming up. If Bologna can put Inter under pressure, Jan Bisek beats his man. Leaves the ball here for Lavelli. Lavelli wins the corner. Orsolini, who hasn't managed to inject his magic into this match as much as Italiano would have liked. We enter the 3rd minute of time added on. It's Inter on the offensive once again. They're looking for a 4th goal. This is Pio Esposito, and he blasts over from close range.
Yeah, great play by Inter. Akanji won the duel against Rowe, and here look, you can see Esposito creating the space earlier to attack it.
Last attack of the game. Inter once again proving that they are the team to beat for the Scudetto. They pass a tough test tonight and leapfrog Milan and Napoli to regain top spots in Serie A. Kivu's men will feel they've avenged the Super Cup defeat last month. Goal in the first half from Piotr Zielinski. Lautaro Martinez got the 2nd, a bullet header after a Hakan Çalhanoğlu corner. And Marcus Thuram with an inadvertent shoulder in. Santi Castro got a goal back for Bologna, but it was in vain.